Hello, you guys. Thank you for tuning in once again. And today we're going to be doing some fun stuff. My name is Ainoa.
And I'm Amanda Marie. And I got tired of all the serious stuff, guys. Listen, y'all already know I don't do well with politics. So instead of talking politics today, we're going to have some fun and we're going to make fun of politics. Woo
hmm
woo. So we're going to just take a little bit of time to see what other people are saying out there in the world and see if we agree with it or not.
Hold up, fly high, but I never touch the sun. Stop, no way, I don't wanna find the one. You want that younger puppy love, you're dreaming. Told you I don't wanna catch no feelings. Give me love, fuck it up, get the gun, bang. Run it up to the top, give me your red flag. Give me love, fuck it up, get the gun, bang.
Whoop, whoop. That's something you always say. Um, so let's look at some videos. Let's make some fun of the, fascist. Um, yeah,
What are
that's
we doing?
making fun of people, right?
Right, but how did you just say it?
Fanta fascist.
Fans so fastest. Okay.
Yeah. The king cantaloupe. He goes by many names. Just like the devil.
Oh, listen. So I didn't even understand what that meant. I thought that maybe that was a different way of saying make fun of people. So listen, and out of all y'all viewers, I know I'm not the only one. So don't y'all even act like all y'all knew what she was saying just now, okay?
I want to show you something that I can't believe that this is in the White House because it just I know that you're gonna laugh. I know you probably all of y'all are gonna laugh because this to me is absolutely hilarious. All right. So here we have Donald Trump, and let's listen to what he has to say.
All
I
right.
did so much about the word groceries. I used to use groceries a lot on the trail. A word that's like sort of an old fashioned word, groceries. But groceries is the word that's the most accurate word. And the price of groceries went through the roof. Bacon was levels like nobody's ever seen. You take a look at eggs today. I mean, the eggs are double, triple, quadruple. They're going through the roof. Now, there's some problems that may, a little outside problem with eggs, maybe. But, we inherited a mess.
What, what is the outside problem with the eggs?
No, but groceries is an old-fashioned word. I used to use it on the trail. What the fuck is
What does he use now?
Um, I don't know. This just tells me that this man has not purchased groceries or gone to a grocery
No, he
store.
just he eats out or he has a chef or something. He has to because I don't know if he knows, but the American people still use that word. We have to like every day because we can't afford to eat out.
But no, it's an old-fashioned word. Like, how is that? How is the word
This and it
groceries?
threw well, that threw me off, but it threw me off even more when he said, and with the eggs, being triple the amount, it could be an outside problem, like outdoors or like outside of the country, because I'm pretty sure most of our eggs are American made, and it's not like we have less chickens.
We do actually. They're killing them because of the bird flu. That's why the price of eggs is going up. So I
Right,
think
but
that's
how for how many years have they been killing them? Because eggs started going up 3 years ago.
Yeah, no, but recently they've gone up significantly. So, things are always going to go up because of inflation, but like recently they've gone up significantly. He actually during his campaign, he made Biden out to look like he was the chicken killer because he told people that Biden was killing chickens, which they really were, but they were killing the chickens to prevent the spread of bird flu. Um
Nah, Biden was just a chicken killer.
but now that he's in office, you know that it's just like a little outside problem. It's an outside problem.
It's an outside problem because Biden's doing it. He's making Biden a chicken serial killer.
I know.
He's just running around killing chickens all over the US.
Oh, God, no.
Well, and it's really funny to me because you don't realize outside of your own particular community the things that may or may not happen. And eggs have gone up, but it's really easy for me to get eggs at a really decent price because I have a farm less than a mile from me. that
Mhm.
sells fresh eggs. So I just run down the street and get the same dozen eggs for $3 when you go to the store and they're, anywhere between 6 and 8. So, and mine are, I mean, the only creepy part about fresh eggs, and nobody will admit this, but it's true, is when you buy them from a farm, you're always afraid they're going to hatch.
Yeah, because they could be, I guess,
And you know that they can sit
fertilized.
in your fridge for up to a year, and then if you incubate them, they could still hatch.
I had no clue, and I've had chickens growing up. We even incubated them.
I had no idea that that was a thing, but they'll tell you when you buy the fresh eggs here, don't put them in your fridge.
Okay.
And I'll be like, and I always look at them, why? And finally, I just asked, like, why am I not supposed to put these in my fridge? I've always kept eggs in my fridge, or why are these ones different? And that's when they told me that if you put them in your fridge, being that they're fresh eggs, and then you take them out and they're in a warm area, that they could hatch. And
That's
now my brain just said I'm eating fetuses. I need to watch another TikTok.
no, not only, but listen, that's I need to start buying eggs then from a farm because then I can hatch the eggs because and then start selling eggs myself. I can just have like little chickens,
I
just
mean, yeah, but I think that you have to speak with like whoever you rent your house from. I don't think that you're allowed to just have chickens. I don't think it's like one of those pets like fish where anyone can just have them. Like, I mean, you could. I had a duck in my house for years before a landlord found out one time. Um, and he only found out because I had a leak in my shower, and that's my duck lived in that bathroom. So, um, but yeah,
Okay. You got something for me?
probably not. We're gonna try it. I just got to remember what button I'm clicking. Come on, let me click on it. I don't think Jesus told him to do that, y'all. All right, here we go. Y'all see that?
No, I don't actually.
Okay, so
Oh,
Donald
the
Trump
picture.
removed a picture in the White House from outside of the Oval Office and put his viral mugshot up there. So now his mugshot officially hangs.
Oh god, that's fucking hilarious.
And I just thought that was the funniest thing just because, some people are proud of those things, some people aren't. I just think as a president, it was kind of funny that he would hang his mugshot in the White House. Now I'm wondering, like, you know how, like, they have pictures of all the presidents? Like, I
Yeah.
really feel like that should be the picture of him for his presidency. Like, they should just leave that up there for his picture. That's so
Oh,
funny that he did that, though.
it
But it's
is.
even funnier that people didn't really notice it until it was pointed out there.
Okay, in this next slide we have um Trump, and he's talking about how uh which this is not true, by the way. They're just spreading misinformation, but this is how he's talking about how we sent 50 million worth of condoms to Hamas, which he then later changed to 100 million worth of condoms to Hamas. That's like condoms are purchased at like 5 cents per condom. Like that's like a really large amount of
Right.
condoms. Like what are they doing in Gaza? Are they just like having orgies? Well, no, they're not, because we're gonna find out what they do with those condoms here in this video.
Okay.
We are merely looking at parts of the big bureaucracy where there has been tremendous waste and fraud and abuse. In that process, we identified and stopped $50 million being sent to Gaza to buy condoms for Hamas. 50 million. And you know what's happened to them? They've used them as a method of making bombs. How about that? We are merely looking.
So we're just out here making condom bombs now.
Yeah, that's not even fucking work. Read for your pleasure.
Listen, wouldn't the gasoline, not to say I know how to make bombs or anything, but wouldn't the gasoline alone inside the condom like eat through the condom?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, is that what they're doing? Just like making like Molotov cocktails, but with fucking condoms?
I don't know, but could you imagine being out there fighting, for our country and you get smacked in the forehead with a condom bomb? Like, I would be offended. No, you know what? I think that Trump made a good decision with that 100 million or $50 million, because if I got hit in the head with a condom bomb, I would be really upset. And could you imagine, even on top of that, like, let's say you're outside playing with your kids and all of a sudden a bunch of condoms started falling out of the sky and blowing up. Like they were just dropping condom bombs on us like rain.
Like little tiny Trojan horses?
Maybe they took the term literally. Maybe that's what's going on. They were like, "Oh, we gotta get Trojans, and then we can make the bombs. That's how we infiltrate. And we'll get them to pay for it." That's exactly what Trump said. We'll get them to pay for it.
Yeah, well, great. Oh.
All right, so next what we're gonna do is we're actually going to um look at a comedian. I know that many of you know who he is. If my computer will work right for us for a moment. Come on, computer. Come on, you got this. You know how to do it. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm just gonna have to start it over when I bring y'all to it because it keeps restarting on its own very quickly. But come on, computer. Sorry, y'all. My computer is being really slow right now, and I think it's because everything is going wrong in the mountains right now. And y'all are just gonna have to deal with it, okay? All right. So, DL Hughley, we all know him, we all love him.
I can tell you this, I don't blame Donald Trump for not wanting to debate Kamala. I've been married to a black woman for 40 years and I ain't won one debate. I'm owing 93,000. Now, of course, Trump is saying that Kamala isn't black. I guarantee you this, Kamala's been black a lot longer than Trump's been a Republican.
Yep.
Of course, Kamala's getting broad support. They got black men for Kamala, white men for Kamala, Latinos and Asians for Kamala. They even have Republicans for Kamala. Republicans for Kamala. I guess Donald Trump will finally know what it's like when you get left for a younger woman.
His face. I'm sorry. Oh. Oh man. Listen, speaking of skin color, I am convinced that Trump's makeup artist is like part of the resistance, and she's definitely a Democrat. Because there's no fucking way any makeup artist that's any good would think orange is a skin tone. Like, he literally in some instances looks like complete orange. Like if you put his face like on the color scale, and you know that little button that you can put on top of like the picture, and it tells you what color it is.
Yes.
Sorry, that was my mother calling, of course. She interrupts me every time I'm with Amanda. It's like she has a radar.
I text her actually.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. But he like, why do they paint him orange? Like, I don't understand. I really don't understand why they paint him orange. I feel like it's just
Is it like a bad spray tan? I always wonder if like he goes to Planet Fitness every night and goes to like a little tan thing, for like you can go in there for up to 30 minutes or whatever. Like I always wonder if he just stops by there nightly to get his orange back. Or if he wakes up every day and lays down and they paint him. Because it's so shiny.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they paint him like because sometimes he is more orange, sometimes he is less orange. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Now, this following video that I'm going to present to you, it's like he's Senator Kennedy, and he is going to talk about his love for omelets. Um, and yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so here we have Senator Kennedy.
That'd be a good idea. Here now, Senator Kennedy, Louisiana. Congratulations, Super Bowl. All eyes on New Orleans and your great state, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you, Sean. Let me say first, Sean, that it's kind of cool having a president again. Let me try to put all this in context for you. I like omelets. I mean, I really like omelets. I could eat an omelet at every meal. I like omelets better than sex. Not really, but you get the point. I like omelets. You can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. Now, President Trump ran for office saying, I'm going to review every single penny in the federal budget. Now, how are you going to review the spending in the federal budget without reviewing the spending? And that's what Mr. Musk is doing. Now, many of my Democratic colleagues.
We're going to just stop it there because, but listen, I don't understand why he didn't just say you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. Like, why did we need so much information about his love for omelets?
Listen. He was like, I like omelets better than I like sex. Well, sir, then you are not doing it right. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe he's never done it correctly. But I mean, omelets are good, but they're expensive now.
Very expensive. But
Listen,
it's just
you want a 2-egg omelet, you might as well just run to McDonald's and get some food. Because you're gonna spend $10 to $12 either way.
But it's just so like it took such a long time to get to a very simple saying. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't know. I thought it was freaking hilarious. And it's good, I think, from time to time to be able to like make fun of this type of stuff. You know what I mean? Because
Absolutely, because people take some of it way too seriously. They really do.
yeah,
In fact, what we're about to watch next is going to be Trump poking a little bit of fun at Biden, just because I found the video and I didn't actually watch it, so I'm gonna watch it with y'all to see what happens. So, don't shoot the messenger.
He said, would you like to rest? No, I don't need resting. Unlike other people that we know, we don't need to rest.
Oh, okay.
Like to rest.
That
No.
took me a second. I was like, what does he mean, unlike other people? It took me a second to get the joke, y'all.
Oh. This is I love him. He's he goes by the name Pissed Off Bartender. And I think he's hilarious.
Well, hello there. We are about halfway through the week, and I feel like doing a little walkie-talkie. Want to join? Go ahead, pause the video, get one prepared. That way we can both partake. You all good now? All right, let's go. So for the sake of conversation, if I do something stupid that should see me catch a prison sentence, I should expect to land on American soil, right? Wrong. Not under Save-A-Lot Stalin. You see, his new plan is to send American citizens to El Salvador to do their sentences. Well, at least anybody he sees as an enemy. You know, I almost miss the days of the government doing black site shit where we couldn't see it. Nowadays, they do the shit on national TV because they know you numbskulls will get excited about seeing it. Yay, human rights violation! Fuck y'all sound like. Says send folks to Gitmo. Y'all say hell yeah, get them out of here. He says he wants to send American citizens who don't agree with him to El Salvador. Y'all say anybody who doesn't agree with our God King shouldn't have been an American citizen in the first place. Once again, I would like to point out that all of this lines up perfectly with a playbook that was last used roughly 80 years in our past. You know, while discussing all this last night during my stream, one of my regulars said something that really stood out to me. Historically speaking, we are already in the war. If somebody don't pump the brakes, we are fixing to start writing the next set of history books, and this time we gonna be the bad guy. But what do I know? I'm just the guy who read the history book for fun in high school. Really quickly, I'm trying to get this out early in the day. If you were seeing this before noon, you still have time to make it to your state's capital. Get out there. 50 states, 50 capitals, one protest. Unfortunately, I am not able to find childcare, so I am not going to be able to make it to mine. Once again, if you are out there, stay safe and do not do anything stupid. You cannot do anything to stop this shit if you are sitting inside of a cell or turned into Swiss cheese. Outside of that, folks, stand strong. Use your voices. Make your message very clear to your state representatives. We will not stand by while Velveeta Voldemort sinks his claws into this country. Anyways, that is my rant. Not to interrupt you or anything, but maybe for once, Mr. Bartender, we leave these folks with a little bit of feel good. First of all, perpetual made up patron, don't you ever interrupt me again while I am pontificating. But you're lucky, because leaving these folks with some feel good is in fact a great idea. Friends, if you are watching this on the play button place, this feel good is specifically for you. About 2 months ago, I started posting these over there, and well, last night y'all hit 100K. Holy fuck. Thank you. For those that don't know, with everything happening back in December, I started putting a lot of my focus over there, and the warm welcome has been wonderful. So, with everything being so chaotic and crazy with the future of the clock app, it is really nice to know I have another home. Now, enough of the sappy shit. Y'all head out and have you one hell of a hump day. Keep the motherfucking boots out of your motherfucking mouth, and remember that the golden rule will always remain: yeehaw,
Yeehaw,
fuck the
fuck the law.
law. I love y'all. I'll see you down the line.
Listen, I love Velveeta Voldemort.
Yes. Velveeta Baltimore. That I'd never heard that one.
Me either.
Oh.
Listen, that really made me really happy. So
but
the
he's
next thing, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say he's fucking hilarious. I fucking love the bartender.
Um, the next thing we're gonna watch is a person that supports Trump asking why people hate Trump, and then a Stitch reply. So I haven't again watched this. I have no idea what direction this is gonna go, but I do follow the girl typically that posted it,
Mhm.
and so I believe that it's gonna make us laugh. Just from what I know of her in general. So let's go.
Why do you hate him? Why do you hate him so much?
Oh, can I answer this question? I mean, how much time do you have? Let's see, the first time definitely was when he made fun of that disabled man on TV. That definitely made me dislike him a lot. The second time, probably when he said, "Oh, grab him by the pussy."
Oh, yeah, I muted
Thanks,
it by
Amanda.
Yeah, I'm slow. I'm slow. I'm gonna back it up a little bit. My bad. My bad.
TV. That definitely made me dislike him a lot. The second time, probably when he said, "Oh, grab him by the pussy. You can do whatever you want." You know, when you're a wealthy white man, just talking about women like they were meat. That really made me really not like him a lot. And then let's see. Oh, I know, screwing around on his wife while she was home with baby Baron. Yeah, that made me kind of think, ew, this guy's God. How much can how ugh. And then there was all the contractors, the subcontractors. I mean, that got screwed over and didn't get paid at all for all the buildings he was building because he'd file bankruptcy and he just wouldn't pay anybody. Yeah, that I didn't like him when he did that at all. And then there was, oh, I know. How about denying that his son Barron has autism? And it's pretty obvious he does. And there's nothing wrong with having autism. He could have done so much to help, you know, the world by just helping people understand that there's nothing wrong with having a kid with autism, but he denied it. And this we've never, ever, ever heard Barron even speak in public or anything. I mean, that's you don't think that's weird? Because he does have autism and he's a brilliant young man, and yet his father won't admit it. So that kind of makes me hate him, you know. Let's see what else. Oh, there could be. There's just so. I mean, I could go on all night. I mean, what I don't understand is why you would why you would like him in any way, shape, or form as a woman, as an American, as somebody with integrity. How could you possibly respect or like or I'm like at a loss, and I think a lot of us are. So rather than asking me why I hate him, how can you justify liking him or voting?
That's a good point.
It really is. I mean, there's honestly, all jokes aside, there's so much about Trump that is completely unforgivable. Like, it's beyond me how anybody that considers themselves Christian can actually look at Trump and say, yes, this is my president. Like, it doesn't make fucking sense to me. Um,
Right.
because he is like really, I mean, he's a fucking con man. He he has so many cases against him for like sexual assault and stuff like that. You know what I mean? He's been sued like over 4,000 times. Um it's just because he fails to pay like complete his contracts or like do good on his contracts. He like doesn't pay people when he's supposed to pay people. Like he's always scamming someone. That's his whole life. You know what I mean? Like, and the
Yep.
thing is, like, him and Elon, this is why I don't get how can people relate to these two people? Like, these are like spoon-fed people. They're not people
Hmm.
that have worked up to where they're at. They're people that came from money. Like, they
Exactly.
don't fucking know struggle. They don't even know like, they can't even begin to understand the word struggle. Like, the reason that they are where they are is because their daddies have fucking money. Then they basically just, I mean, you're telling two people that
And
have
listen, I just want to put this out there for any of Trump's children. Like, I'm not married and I'm not opposed to getting married. So, I mean, because I want to feel like a spoon-fed child too, and I want to not worry about groceries or medical bills or paying contractors and subcontractors. And I also, in the next 4 years, may need a presidential pardon. Um, I don't know. It depends how the rest of the stuff goes because I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to do some things that I mean, if we're gonna do all these executive orders and all these changes, I think that we go ahead and enact the purge. Like we might as well as a country.
yeah. I mean, that's a little radical. I have you
Well,
seen the
listen,
movies? Because I don't want to. I don't have any weapons, Amanda. Like I may be a little fucked here.
no, I can come protect you.
Oh, thanks.
I got you.
All right.
Um, so, but and I only and the reason I say that, and this is just in all truthfulness, I'm not even joking, which even though it sounds like I am, I'm not. I say that because nobody is happy in this country. And I get the whole, let's be smart and let's protest this logically and, let's be calm and let's not go to jail because, like that guy said, we can't do anything from a cell
Yeah.
and we don't want Velveeta Baltimore to win. However, the America that he is creating is going to become a violent America.
Yep.
And violence, you cannot break stones with sticks. You can't break stones with words. You break stones with bigger stones.
Yeah.
So if you own a cannon, a large automatic weapon, things like that, I need you to call me. I have some ideas. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm just kidding. Don't call me. In fact,
No,
let me
but
disconnect my number now. But I'm just being real. He is creating the world into what's going to become a violent world. And when it does, people are going to look at this podcast and go, how did those girls know that? Because it's not that I can see the future, but I can read patterns and I can read people. And that's exactly what's happening. And when it does happen, how are you as the average American going to protect yourself? Because I know me, and I know that I'm going to go to war behind those that are important to me. And if that means, in the process that I hurt other people, then I'm a strong believer and I did what was the right thing. And whatever higher power there is will forgive me if I'm doing it in good heart or in good faith, and I'm scared. I've never in my life, and you can ask that girl sitting right there who has moved across the ocean to escape being my friend. Um, you can ask her. She invited me to go with her last time she moved out of the country. And I wanted to, but I was afraid to because America's my home
Mhm.
and America's great. And why would I leave this country to go to this unknown, scary place in my head?
Yeah.
But you can also ask her that I'm the one that called her a few weeks ago and said, I think it might be time for me to go.
Yeah, no, it's
And that's not, and a lot of Americans, thoroughbred, grew up, Pledge of Allegiance, every day in school. I still stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance and put my hand on my chest no matter where I'm at, because that's how I was raised, for respect for this country.
yeah, but see, here's my thing. The country is not the problem. He is destroying what
I
America
know.
is. Like, he is destroying it. He's completely destroying it.
And either we take it back. Listen, y'all, there is only one Velveeta Voldemort, and there is only one Mr. Muskie. Okay. And with that being said,
That should
I
be an
feel like there's
axe.
more than two of
R-
us.
Yeah, no, the people have the power. We have the fucking power. We really do. That's why they divide us all the fucking time, because they know that they can't control if everyone is united. Like they can't. They're the minority. The rich elite are the fucking minority. But and the things that he's doing is, it doesn't fucking make sense to me. Like spending millions of dollars, billions of dollars, getting rid of immigrants, not criminals. Because by the way, coming here undocumented is a civil penalty. Like you can get a fucking traffic ticket that has more weight than fucking that. So people calling undocumented people criminals, they're not. You're a criminal if you commit a crime, and that's not a crime. It's just like a fucking parking ticket, a traffic ticket. It's the same. It holds the same fucking weight. So he's not just getting rid of the people that committed crimes. He's getting rid of people that didn't commit crimes. So he's spending a bunch of taxpayer money on that, and it's probably going to his like buddies and the like private person system, obviously, because that's where it's going. And then he's trying to make deals with Venezuela to send American citizens that commit crimes here over there. And I'm gonna guess they're going
Well,
to be
when you're done with your prison sentence and you get out, do you just live in Venezuela then?
I have no clue. Do they even get out? I think if they go to Venezuela, they might never get out.
Oh,
Um,
darn. 'Cause I was going to say that might be a good way for me to get out of the country, but I
but
guess not.
I'm guessing that the people that they are going to send over there are going to be like, Mr. Bartender said, the people that don't agree with Trump, and also the people that maybe are not of the fair skin. I'm pretty sure that those are the ones he's going to be sending to Venezuela if that does go through, which I doubt it will, to be honest with you. But you never know. But how
Was
is
that
he
a white people thing?
a white people thing? What?
Fair
What's going
skin? Are you saying white people?
Yeah, white people. So
Okay,
not the
sorry, go
white people. He's probably not going to be sending the white people over there because
Right. So
this
I'm a
doesn't.
woman and a white person, and I'll never do anything that'll actually get me real time in
Yeah,
jail. So I don't get to go to Venezuela.
exactly. You won't. But this doesn't make sense. He's kicking all these. He's wanting to do all this shit, kick all these people out, but he's just made it possible for white South Africans to come here. Like why? Like make this make sense. Like, why are the white South Africans are really gonna come here and take your fucking jobs if that's the Mexicans weren't taking your jobs. They were working at the jobs that you don't want to fucking do. The white South Africans are gonna come here and they are gonna
Yeah,
take
and
your fucking jobs.
that's what I don't think people understand. Like, I don't care what people say. I get the whole, a lot of people were upset saying that Spanish people came over here and took jobs away from Americans and things but they didn't. They took the jobs y'all didn't want. They took the jobs y'all won't take. and they do it with a smile on their face, and they show
Mhm.
up to work every day except for the 3 weeks in the end of December when they all go home to visit their families for the holidays, and they never give you a problem. They never have an issue. They don't mind working late. That they work for a good amount of money. It bothers me that people say that they took our jobs away, because at the point that they take all of them away, y'all y'all think that construction's hard now with the 2-year wait list for windows and the 3-year wait list for generators. Well, now we can't even get building supplies from other countries. And by the way, I just want to make it very clear how upset I am about that, because I placed my Temu order 3 days before that happened. And I called Temu yesterday because my order was supposed to be on February 10th. And they told me that I needed to contact my president if I was wondering. And I have the proof. I got the screenshots from when they told me to contact my president regarding my shipping status.
Contact the
Um,
the president.
Yeah, and they also told me if it's not delivered by February 17th, which it won't because it's still sitting at the port, that at that point they'll issue my refund. But until then, if I have further questions, I need to contact Sir, they called him Sir Donald Trump,
Sir Donald Trump.
for any questions regarding my shipping problems.
Yeah, just ding ding. Hello, may I speak with Velveeta Voldemort, please?
Just wondering what's going on with my Temu order. There's a couple things there I needed this week. Um,
Oh, but no, it's fucking ridiculous. Like I said, there's so much misinformation. Like last year, for instance, I think I've mentioned this before. Undocumented people contributed like 100 billion into of taxes, like paid 100 billion in taxes, and this is money that they're not getting back because they don't have a social security the numbers, so they can't receive retirement. They can't receive any benefits at the end of the day. They're not. It's they're helping the economy. They
right,
help the fucking economy because they buy things in the town that they're at. They pay money in taxes that they're not gonna get back. Um, and they do the jobs that you motherfuckers don't want to fucking do.
right.
Cause I'm gonna tell you something. I mean, I rarely see Hispanics asking for money in the corner of intersections.
No, because they believe in working for their money and they will work hard for their money. And they
Yeah.
grew up like that. They were taught that their entire lives. If you don't work, you don't eat.
Mhm.
And I've met, not just I know is not the only Spanish person I've ever known, but her Spanish is her culture beliefs come from a different side of Spanish culture, because she's from Spain versus Mexico. And like down in Mexico, they're taught a very specific way. And it took me a long time to learn this, but prior to property management, I was in the construction industry. And I
Mhm.
can tell you that I worked for a company with about 35 employees. There was me and one other girl that worked in the office. There was the owner, and there was 2 other people. One was the guy that worked on like the websites, and he was a project manager, and the other one was like the overall project manager. Besides that, every other single employee in that company was Spanish. None of them were quote, quote, illegals, because as my old employer met them, he put them all on work visas because he wanted all of them to not get in trouble with anything.
Mhm.
And they weren't, I'm not going to say that all of them came here legally or any of those things, but he made sure that he did everything he could, including paying for a few of them that wanted it to get their citizenship. So he did everything, and he paid them well. He didn't like underpay them. He wasn't that kind of guy, but in saying that, I say that because those men took on jobs that no one else wanted in a very scary place to build. I know that a lot of people don't know this, but it's really hard to build houses on the side of mountains. um, the houses out here are really expensive to build because you are always at risk. So, how many of you right now work at a construction field? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. All right, I see all you raising your hand out there in the back. All right, and how many of you are willing to hang from a string from a large tree to build a foundation off the side of a mountain on some stilts? Because not a single one of those Spanish employees ever turned that opportunity down. They got on that string, they hung from that tree, and they built a foundation on stilts on the side of a mountain for $17 an hour, $21 an hour, whatever it is that they made. I don't know what they made. I know that they were paid decent though, because none of them ever wanted to leave. He actually still has those same employees.
Yeah.
So, but that's the biggest point is the people that are coming over here they're not taking the property management jobs. They're not taking, the store manager positions. They're not working, they are a lot of your construction people, a lot of your house cleaners, a lot of your nannies. And y'all, I don't have kids. Again, I say this all the time. I don't know nothing about that stuff. But I can tell you, if I had a kid, I'd have a nanny. Because I ain't dealing with them. That's how I know I'm gonna put them in the closet. That's where kids go. They go in closets. But I would have a nanny, and I would probably have a housekeeper also, and I would work a second job to make sure I could afford those things because I wouldn't want to deal.
Yeah.
But that's, as an American, what I was always taught was my right, was my option.
Yeah.
But now I can only hire Sarah down the street, who's probably smoking meth with her boyfriend out back on, her break. So
not only that, I wanna play something that's like kind of funny. This is from the Oval Office. There was a meeting in between.
You hold on, because it was my turn.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, you just played something, and I've been waiting for y'all to listen to Cat Williams because he's my favoriteest person in the world.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
In fact, I think that someday me and Cat are going to be friends. But he did this little skit that everybody thought was really funny. Not really a skit, but he was like edited in, and it's just him pretending to be Trump, and he just makes a statement real quick about his first day in the White House. So I'm gonna just share that with y'all in case y'all forgot about it.
I've never been to prison.
You have
19 felonies, times. No convictions.
Yeah,
Knock it off. Prison and jail aren't the same. No.
19 felonies, no convictions. I bet you Trump is out there saying that.
Probably. This next one is they were at a meeting recently at the White House, the Oval Office. Elon Musk, he brought his kid, which is ridiculous. And then we have Velveeta Voldemort sitting at the Resolute desk, and let's take a look at it.
I wasn't even going to post on this, and then I saw some clips that changed my mind, and I'll show you those in a moment. But first, Elon Musk yesterday, along with his son, Little X, held a press conference in the Oval Office to discuss what Doge is doing, all while Donald Trump watched on silently from his cuck chair. And in the aftermath, one of Elon's fanboys shared this tweet that Elon reposted. It says, "History repeats itself," and it shows two images. The first image is a pretty iconic image of JFK Jr. playing underneath his dad's desk while he worked in the Oval Office. And the second is Little X seemingly bored out of his mind, crawling around on the floor while Donald Trump pontificates about what he liked watching from said cuck chair. But I can point out at least one glaring difference between these two situations. JFK Jr., as I recall, never had criticisms of his father while the press was there. Little X, on the other hand, has a lot to say, and there was a hot mic that caught some of it. So first is this little gem.
To restore democracy. This may seem like, well...
You heard that too, right? You're not the president. You need to go away. I'll play the clip a second time. Just you watch and tell me if that's what he said.
To restore democracy. This may seem like...
That's what he said, but I'll go one better. Because he also said this.
The prices from one year to the next are the same, and their mortgage go over.
That one's clear as day. He says, I want you to shut your fucking mouth up. And there's already people who are like, out of the mouth of babes. But let me just put this out there for your consideration. A child this young doesn't have this profound moment where he like tells off Trump. He just repeats things he's heard. So if he says you're not really the president, chances are someone has said that around him and he's repeating it. When he says, I want you to shut your fucking mouth up, he's either heard someone say that to someone else or someone has said that to him and he's repeating it. Either scenario is pretty disturbing. But perhaps the question we should be asking is the same one that Shea Jordan Smith asked on Twitter, which is, why the fuck is Elon Musk doing press briefings in the White House from the Oval Office? He is not an elected official. Why is he holding court in the Oval Office? Nothing about this is normal or good.
I just want to say, I'm pretty positive that little boy's in the mafia. Did you see his face when he was telling him that she was like,
Shut the fucking mouth.
and I was like, oh my gosh, like I would be intimidated. I'm pretty sure that I would shut up. And it takes a lot to shut me up. I am definitely my father's daughter, you know? So, but I think I would shut up. That little kid scared me a little bit.
Yes, but I think it's like it's so fucking sad because this man, they're obviously having conversations around him. Like you said, this is not a profound moment that this kid had. Like you know what I mean um in the middle of this interview or whatever. Like this is something that he's fucking heard. Like
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's too young. Just okay, like I can give you a perfect example. I recently babysat a friend's children for her to go out in the first date she's been on in over 5 years with her fiance. And it was a super fun thing for me. I actually thought she has one child on the spectrum, and so I thought her child on the spectrum was going to be my difficult child until I got there. And that child in particular was wonderful. In fact, I would babysit that child every single day for the rest of my life. However, her 2-year-old, when I told her 2-year-old, hey, you want to watch the tablet and go lay down? She looked me dead in my face, and she just turned 2. She cut her eyes, rolled her head, and said, shit, bitch. What? And so then when her mother called me, I was like, listen, your kid just said shit, bitch. And she goes, listen, I've been telling everybody for weeks that I think she's calling me the B word. And she was like, and nobody believed me, but you heard it? And I was like, yeah, she called me that when I wanted her to go lay down with the tablet. But at that moment, it made me kind of start thinking about things. You know, my significant other went with me just so I'd have backup because she has 4, children. And while he was there, I would hear a little bit of the language that him and her 2 of her children are older,
Yeah.
that they would use. And so I had to start correcting them. And I was like, listen, y'all, if she's picking up, there's no way this 2-year-old learned what shit bitch meant. Yeah, she heard someone say it in a similar situation where they didn't want to do something. And so that's what she uses now. And so when they're out there using the N word and the P word and all those things in front of this 2-year-old, I'm like, nope, nope, nope. All y'all got to stop. And so I told them, like, if you say anything that could be considered all offensive towards, mixed children or females or y'all can't say it in this house anymore. I was like, and I'll put y'all outside because this little girl is clearly catching on. And that's what that little boy did. He heard somebody say something in a similar situation and he repeated it, period.
Yeah.
So I don't want this entire episode to feel like all we're doing is bashing the president because that's not who I am as a person. And I know it doesn't always agree with that, but I'm a very neutral person. I have my opinions. I'll share my opinions, but I also don't hate other people's for their opinions. I hate them for their ignorance or their lack of education. but
So
I don't
you
hate
hate them either way, just not for their
no,
opinions.
not their opinions. I still love them for their opinions. But so I saw this little thing posted on TikTok, and it's supposed to be the top 6 funniest moments of Donald Trump. I
Okay.
don't know if this is gonna be positive or negative, but we're gonna watch it, y'all. We're gonna see what happens. Oh, I should probably share my screen so that y'all can watch it with me.
We're waiting here. Na, 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 na.
Listen, I just went over and started the video. I was starting to laugh already. All right.
I need water. Help me. I need water. Help. Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce.
Tough business
Oh,
to
yeah.
run for
Oh, I know.
president.
You're a tough guy, Jeff.
And we need to have a leader that is
Real
principled.
tough.
You're never going to be president of the
You're
United
real
States
tough,
by
Jeff.
insulting.
The Democrats. Ooh, there was a mosquito. I don't want mosquitoes around me. I don't like those mosquitoes. I never did. Okay. Hello, Hillary. How are you doing?
Oh, wow.
I'm challenging President Obama, my son Donald, my son Eric. Let's go, ladies. She's shocked that I picked her.
No.
She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
Oh,
Wait, hold on. Who was that?
I don't know, but that's fucked up. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
Listen, I would fight someone for saying that
Yeah.
to me in front of people on TV.
Like, bitch, what? Did you
That's
just call
a
me
little bit
dumb?
scary.
Oh
So,
my
y'all,
goodness.
I know that last week was a lot of information, and I want y'all to know that we're going to start bringing you a lot more of that information because it's important to us that y'all understand what's going on out here. It's also really important to me that y'all understand both sides, and that's why y'all hear me sound so neutral all the time. I'm not on either side. I don't even up until this year I couldn't vote. So, and if the SAVE Act really happens, I'm never going to be able to vote. But I work really hard to remain neutral because it's important to me that Americans understand that I support Americans. But supporting Americans doesn't mean you always have to support the leadership. And I think it's really important that we as American people start to kind of acknowledge that sometimes listen, growing up, every single one of us said, well, my friend got to do it, and your parents said back to you, if your friend jumped off a bridge, would you?
Yeah. No, it's
And right now, our entire country is jumping off a bridge because Velveeta Voldemort said we should jump off a bridge. Well, I'm
yeah.
not jumping.
No, and I don't think and the thing that's the thing. I do believe that we should have unity. The only problem with that is that a lot of the people that follow him, for one, they're despicable. Like, but if we take aside all the neo-Nazis and the white supremacists, put those aside, the other people that are not like that, or don't have those beliefs, it's gonna take his policies affecting them or their children or people around them in order for them to open their eyes.
Well,
Like, it
listen,
doesn't matter what we say, or because they don't they are oblivious to facts, or they just refuse to accept them. It's like a
I wish interracial marriages on every single one of their grandchildren.
I don't know, that may be illegal
Boom,
again. I don't know.
boom. We're gonna have
Yeah.
none but mixed babies in our futures, guys. Sorry.
But no, it's
But in reality, that's the thing. You know, if they got the KKK and they got the Nazi groups, and why don't we start our own cult? We can call it the anti-Velveeta cult,
the anti-Velveeta cult.
the no
Yes,
cheese cult, the non-dairy, the we're the lactose intolerant cult.
no, I like anti-Velveeta cult. Man, I can't fucking talk. AVC. Like
See, there we
AVC.
go. We can have our own meetings on Tuesdays.
Oh no, anti-Velveeta Voldemort called ABVC.
That's too many letters. We got to get it down to 2 letters. We got to make it one word. So what are we gonna name it?
I'm not sure that maybe you guys can help us.
Yeah. So try to help us, guys. Throw your names down in the little comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, y'all.
Bye.
Dating disasters you can't resist. From first dates to court dates, we've got it all. So grab a seat and join the fun. In lieu of murder, we're number one.
Number one.